Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. My name is Umbago, and with me once again is...
Megalomaniac. Hello, Internet.
Good day. So it's been a long time since the last episode we did.
Yeah, it's like you went on vacation.
Yeah, and...
I was like asleep last week or something like that.
Yeah, it's been the summer break time, or not so much a break. But, yeah, things have been...
Oh! Yeah, no, never mind. That's what it was. It was too hot to be in my room last week.
Yeah, so things have been... times have been a little bit tough for us. But, hey, since...
Also, no offense, your country has been sending its secondhand smoke down my way.
Oh well.
Yeah.
So, there's been quite a bit that's happened, I guess, since the last time I recorded. I mean, I guess the last episode was at least a month ago. The way it's been.
I think it's been like exactly 4 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So, we're just going to, dive right in. In the time since the last episode, Season 13.5 came out. And as Cryptic typically does with new seasons and half seasons, they released a new featured episode. I'm actually not sure if they call them featured episodes anymore, considering they tend to release them so infrequently.
I think in the lead up to it they were touting as a new featured episode, but yeah. It's not like they used to with the long series.
Yeah. So we're going to go find Martok,
who's not dead.
He's apparently not dead. He's been captured by, or at least held by the Sona,
who I totally forgot existed. I'm not gonna lie, I forget that movie exists anytime it's not being directly mentioned or referenced.
Speaking of the Sona, as typically happens with new seasons and half seasons, there was a new lockbox, and the Sona are the ship for it. The race for it, I should say. I would say that the most interesting thing about the Sona lockbox is that it's the lockbox prize ship in it is a command science vessel, which is fascinating because, up till this point, the command ships have tended to be
cruisers.
Have been cruisers. So now here is a science vessel giving that effect, and that's pretty neat. So I'm actually kind of interested in getting that ship, but not so much that I'm thinking about chasing it. But that's still really, really fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Lobi ship was some manner of dreadnought, though. In fact, I can actually just take a quick look now, I think.
Yeah, we're just blowing these dudes up.
I served my time in the Dominion War. Many Jimmy fell to our blades.
Right.
Also more of that beautiful Tony Todd voice.
Yeah. Right, there we go. An Intel battle cruiser, that's what it was.
I want to say there's a couple more of those floating around, but still, it's interesting to see, not obvious things be used for the...
Intel battle cruiser? Yeah. If I remember right, one of the ships from... one of the first Intel ships was a battle cruiser.
Yeah.
Or at least it was kind of, sort of one.
Actually, honestly, I'm kind of in an Intel battle cruiser, even if they technically call this thing a dreadnought.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is a battle cruiser, but it is not a battle cruiser as they define battle cruisers in the game. because like battle cruisers are very specifically cruisers that are fairly mobile and have. I don't think you have 5 forward weapons.
I
you?
do.
Oh, you do. Oh,
Yep,
so,
5-3.
Okay, so that is
Yeah.
actually one of the hallmarks.
And it is decently mobile too.
which is
So I said they call this thing a dreadnought. It does feel more like a battle cruiser. It's
yeah.
just big.
The reason that they call it a dreadnought is because it's also a summoner. It's a half carrier. So like cruiser plus carrier tends to be dreadnought.
Also, to be fair, doesn't the scimitar have 5-3 also?
It might. It might be a 5-3.
Or maybe 5-2, I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's not a 5-2.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can quick.
I want to say it was 5-3. It's like I thought when it first came out, it was kind of a big deal because it was the first thing to just have 5 forward weapon slots that were unrestricted. Also, yes, the Sona ships do look nice. I think the battle cruiser's the one from the movie.
Oh, probably.
If you remember that, or not, because as I said, that movie is utterly forgettable.
Scimitars are 5-3s. Yeah, I think you are right. I think this scimitar is notable for having been one of the first ships to. It obviously wasn't the first because I think Raiders were like a 5-2, or no, the Raiders were a 4-2.
No, the first one with 5 was the what are they? Andorian escorts, but with the caveat of the one weapon being a specific thing.
Yeah. Raiders were 4-2 for a while.
Yeah. I'm sure there are now Raiders with 5-2.
I feel like they upgraded Raiders to be 5-2 generally.
Yeah. I know it's Raiders where I played the Klingon, but I have not played my Klingon in like forever.
Yeah, same. I mean, there are some Raiders you can get as Federation players. Like, there's been at least one.
The Breen one.
Yeah, there's been a Breen one, and I want to say there's been at least one other that's been like an event reward, but there's definitely been a couple that have been. Yeah, I like how the Sona battle cruisers are like those big boomerangs.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the one from the movie, but
We should have acted quickly.
I am not remembering. This isn't like me mocking Star Trek V or anything. It's like half the time I just forget this movie exists. The one thing I do remember from it is the bit with Picard and Worf singing
that is why
Gilbert and Sullivan.
Oh, there
time for stealth has come. We will infiltrate the Sona facility.
It was having problems accepting me into the next map or something. Or maybe it was like not receiving a response either way.
Yeah. Anyway, other things they had with the season were the Endeavor system.
Yeah, I know
interesting.
I know we talked about it a little bit in a previous episode because they gave the preview of it. I haven't really played with it.
Remember, you are
Neither have I.
Stay within the red lines.
Ooh. Well, I guess we're going to pretend to be prisoners. I like that my hologram has a outfit.
See all those turrets? If you step out of line, they are prepared to remind you of your place.
Yeah, so I know we talked a little bit about the Endeavor system before, and it's basically like these extra missions that they give you every few days that give some extra rewards for accomplishing them. And I think they scale up as you like start doing them. But like I said, I haven't actually played around with it yet, and unfortunately the one for today is probably not the easiest one to just show off.
What a miserable bunch of buttocks!
Yeah.
Get these convicts out of my sight!
For the Galaxy ones, that's
It's basically
decent time invested.
Yeah, it's a bit of a decent time investment. Like it's not hard,
and also not that interesting. Is
Yeah.
the thing is just showing it off. It's like, oh, here we're going to travel around.
Yeah, pretty much. They also added a new
Prisoners to the back wall.
Admiralty
for processing.
system. Now you can do stuff for the Ferengis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anything about 5 new prisoners.
Not my concern. Shall I tell Torg that you are not ready to receive them?
That won't be necessary. We'll process them. Some
Fighting
here.
political commentary and the Klingon prison system's problems.
Yeah.
We've come for the
Okay.
Yeah. For a moment, I was like,
I'm like,
"That's
is that a bug?
that seems weird, but also like too
Take these
weird to
convicts
not be
the
intended."
cells And be quick about it.
Quick. Right.
Move along, convicts. Don't make me ask you again.
I hope we get to shoot this guy.
Move along, convicts. Don't make me ask you again.
I'll have to think of a witty one-liner for him.
Torg is allied with the Zenkethi. There is no end to his dishonor. Martok defeated many Zenkethi in close combat. It is why they call him a butcher.
That would have been cool to see.
Yeah.
Of course, to be fair, I'm pretty sure back when DS9 was on the air, doing the Zenkethi was not possible. At least convincingly.
What
Yeah.
Well, put those convicts in their place, and we can get some blood wine after our shifts. Give me a reason to break you, Patach. We have lots of time to play.
Martok, we've come for you.
Have you now? Wait. I know your face. One of Moog's sons fights under Torg's banner? Disappointing.
I am Rode, son of Ragnar, an ally, oath. This is no time for talk. Arm yourself before the guards.
What is this?
Before the guards do
Explain
that,
yourselves.
Isn't it obvious? I'm leaving, you piece of Wakata.
I think the Zenkethi disagree with you, Martok.
it's so weird watching them move in just slow motion.
Yeah, like seeing one of them at this distance actually looks weird. Like they just have a different presence when you're like seeing them at like this engagement range, like just when
Yeah.
you normally play the game. And
Yeah, in
then
the small corridors.
yeah, and then like just the way they looked in that scene was
Funny.
weird.
Also, we just instantly changed back into our normal clothes.
Oh yeah, clearly it was a hologram.
Either that or we're all magical girls.
Well, I mean that's also probably true.
See, now I have to go see if I can design a horribly, like, garish magical girl costume with this game's
If I am to
clothing
die,
creator.
I will die in
Oh, I'm sure you can.
I fought Jempak felt his blade strike home, and died the death of a warrior. Until Torg and his doctors. But time is critical here. The metaphasic radiation. It's why Torg keeps us here. He can beat us to the edge of death. The time is critical here. Torg boasts about it often. He wants to replace Gem Pod.
And you can, of course, talk to
And he
Martok
arrived
to
Yeah.
hear more of his wonderful voice.
For some reason, he
Oh,
thinks
yeah.
they can beat us this time. Idiot. The time is critical.
Yeah, I was just finishing talking with them as
There's
well.
another here who deserves that honor. A friend. There's nothing unwise about adding a strong arm to your ranks. The consul.
Yeah, I think even before season 13 and a half got announced, they said, "Hey, he's coming back."
Yeah, that was one of the announcements they made in the lead up, which was pretty cool. I definitely like how there's been a lot more Star Trek alumni that are coming to the game. On that note, Cryptic recently announced another alumni is coming back.
This warrior.
They're going to have LeVar Burton come back to
Of Reading Rainbow.
of Reading Rainbow fame to play some engineer.
Earned my respect.
I'm not entirely sure who he is, but he seems pretty cool. Now, they're
He's the blind guy.
yeah.
No, yeah, it's Geordi.
Yeah, Geordie's. They're gonna have Geordie come back for the next special episode, which, from what it sounds like, is actually coming real soon,
Nagra.
relatively speaking.
Well met. I am First Cover Kara, and I am.
I know the rest, Jem'Hadar. Bartok speaks for you. That is enough for me.
Yeah. Now, if you ever looked up J.G. Hertzler's biography, he's really interesting. He's actually currently on a town council in his county, New York, and he's running for the House of Representatives in 2018 for New York's
Nice.
some district. So vote for Martok.
Lock
Yeah.
down the facility. The doors will not stop the
Those charges can be of use.
I mean, I can't because I'm not in New York, but
Torg has been
if anyone in New York's
running
listening to this, vote for
remains
Martok. This is when somebody actually writes down General Martok instead of his actual name, and it doesn't count.
on this door. If we're lucky, he'll be in it. We forge on until we reach the main security office. Use the
And
console by the
that
door. Take care of the rest.
that video they put out a little bit ago was the preview for this season, right?
I think so.
Because it's just that the stinger at the end of that video was basically showing off the opening of the was it the 2800 again, 5800, whatever they called that season.
Yeah, it was a 2800.
Yeah. Which I know that they were just trying to harken back to all the scenes of DS9 where the Jem'Hadar fleet just waltzes right through the wormhole, but they've used that look before in this game, which it was really cool then, and I'm sure this is going to be really cool as well, but still though, that
To fight. To be.
not entirely sure what that's specifically talking about, but maybe we'll see it here because that was a preview for supposedly this season. This is a garish office.
What? Where are you?
Just
Oh.
back a little bit.
Oh my God! Is that a stuffed Mugatu?
I don't think it's stuffed. I think it's just the skin.
Some sort of large torpedo. Interesting.
Or yeah, skin Mugatu rather. Yeah.
Torg
Mugatu skinned rug.
apparently bought a very large, very expensive torpedo, and it doesn't say what kind of torpedo it is.
Protomatter torpedo.
Yeah, given what we're dealing with, it is probably something like that. I mean, the other possible thing is the that really special torpedo from the
Harpang?
Yeah, the Harpangs.
Why would you pay money for that? You just have to run that mission. think I've got like 3 of them at this point.
Yeah. Hey, he probably just doesn't have access to it.
Yeah, probably. NPCs can't run the missions. Yeah, no, I'm not thinking 90s special effects technology could have reliably done these guys.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you go back and look at
I mean, I don't know. Like
Species
on one hand,
8472, they don't hold up that well.
Yeah. Like on one hand, the way Cryptic has presented these guys here actually kind of makes them look like. It actually kind of makes them look like you could totally do them as guys in suits. Because
you need some
but
big animatronics to do them.
That or a second person in the suit, because they are kind of that big.
Either way, that's still probably too much budget for a American live action TV show.
Yeah.
Is ours. Override the turrets.
I mean, I've seen what kind of budget they worked with on some of those old Godzilla movies. It's not compared to an American blockbuster nowadays, but way more than a TV show could have managed.
Yeah. Doing those suits would have been probably very difficult, but like it's interesting that it just kind of seems like Cryptic took some pains to make them kind of look like they might have been able to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah, like
because like you look.
I appreciate when they do that, like Pacific Rim, which is if there's ever a movie made specifically for me in the world, that's it. Guillermo del Toro specifically said, "Hey, I want the monsters designed in this movie to be like they should feasibly be able to be suits. They're not, but they should feasibly
they should feel like they are."
Yeah. They do look cool though, the Zenkathi.
Yeah. Like now that I'm able to get
they're like
now that I'm able to get like a good close-up look of them, like that's because you totally look at them and they absolutely look like a dude, and then they've got the extra stuff on top of them. I just had I basically never noticed that before. Huh.
What?
Just like how they actually look. Like I just never noticed that.
I mean, usually we're shooting rainbow lasers at them.
Yeah, like we're not usually engaging them in a way where it's easy for us to look.
Mm-hmm.
Who's got the agony rifle equipped?
I think I gave it to Elisa.
All enemies of the Empire.
Yeah, I gave it to Elisa.
Alright, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
I spread the, genocide and pain with my bridge officers, too. It's not just me.
Well, yeah, I mean, I figured you would do something like that.
Look, I don't question what she gets up to.
We were all taken through here to an exercise. A blade in my hand. As we passed, I saw better to use it on my enemies.
Also, I like how, 2 of the DS9 throwback missions involve prisons.
Yeah.
One stopping a breakout and the other breaking out.
I mean, what else do you do with the prison?
Good point.
I mean, that mission could have just been...
Even the Shawshank Redemption comes down to being having a prison break in it.
Yeah, I mean, that mission...
Spoilers for like a 20-year-old movie, by the way, but you should have seen it by now.
Like, that mission could have totally just been us walking in, talking to a guy, and leaving, because it wasn't like...
That's boring.
That's also Trek. Yeah, like, it's not like there hasn't been some missions in STO that was like as simple as that.
But usually those are just kind of like linking missions or breadcrumb
I guess
or something like that.
Like I will admit that like one of my favorite like missions in the game is the one from blanking on their name.
The time guys.
No, the balance people.
Oh, Deferi.
Yeah, the Deferi, where you are like all you're doing is you're just there. Like there's a little bit of combat, but you are just walking around that ship, helping people and talking to folks.
Oh yeah, that one was pretty interesting.
Yeah, and it's also really great because like it just looks beautiful. Like there is a few maps there that are gorgeous.
The elevator's offline. How will we escape?
We will use a grappling device to reach the rooftop. Once we're out, we will deactivate the solar shield generator to clear the path.
I mean, it's a good thing that we all have those just still.
This is highly unorthodox.
Yes, an audacious plan, worthy of a true Klingon warrior.
Or of Batman.
Yeah.
And mine. When we are free of this place, we have much to discuss.
It's a good thing we brought one extra.
Grappling hooks aren't that hard to find.
I see the warriors of House Torg and Zenketh have come to test me.
Alright, now we get to hold out on this roof.
Lady Sorella that I would bring you home, Martha. I intend to honor it.
Come on, let me put my turrets down.
Oh yeah, I remember this. We actually met his wife in the show.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, the one where Worf and Dax got married.
Oh,
She like showed up to test Dax or something.
right.
See if she's worthy or whatever.
See, they've sent a pack of filthy Karoots to fight her. Good. I can use the exercise.
So if they're bringing Geordi into the game, I wonder how long it is before they bring in Data.
I still feel that, like, I know Cryptic has kind of talked about that at one point, and I'm pretty sure that the thing that they're, like, I don't know what it is exactly that they're waiting on, or what it is they need to clear with CBS, but, like, they aren't doing anything more with the Enterprise E until that gets sorted out. Although there was, I want to say that they did a story thing not that long ago that sort of referred to the E. Like I remember reading a story blog at one point and being like, "Huh,
Send them all to Grapple!
interesting that they're referencing the E. I wonder if that means anything."
Yeah.
So that would be nice. It may be a while before they get to something like that, though, because that feels like,
Big thing.
yeah, like that feels like a
Like
big
expansion
thing.
level thing.
But like more than that, like I feel that them, like based on what, like not just Cryptic, but it feels like CBS has said about the E. It makes it feel like them finally like revealing what's going on with it is going to be this start of a new arc. Because like it feels like they're going to have to be like, yeah, the E vanished or whatever because of this new thing, and now this is what we're going to deal with for a whole expansion.
Yeah.
So, you know, who knows? Maybe they're going to work towards that for the next expansion.
Maybe.
That could be neat. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I am definitely very, very interested in seeing what they're going to do with Geordi.
Yeah.
They've been doing some neat stuff with their
Battlefield
returning
is ours.
folks.
Now we must destroy the sonar shield generator.
All right, we gotta blow this up.
Rodek, Core, the shield is down. Prepare to extract.
Martok! You call yourself a warrior? A leader? I call you a coward and a butcher. I will avenge your victims.
I think not, Zekedi. Not while I live.
Gemini weakling! Go now and join your changing gods!
No!
I mean, I get what they were going for, but really, that was kind of...
That, like, yeah, I get what
It
they
would
were...
have been cooler if you didn't have to run around the giant hole in the ground.
But, like, also the way that Martok was reacting just didn't look right at all.
Butcher!
Yeah.
This ends here. Now! No trial!
Like, I know that Martok was trying to be like, no, like, let him...
It's one of those things where it's like there are limitations on their, animation engine.
Yeah. But it just super looked like he didn't care at all.
Look, do you know how many Jem'Hadar Martok is responsible for the death of? What's one more? Did he just call an orbital strike on us, or is
No,
that you?
that's me.
Okay.
I was also wondering, like, why did it not shoot at him?
Well, it's just he did his knockdown thing, so I went flying just as it hit. I'm like, did he do that? Should be funny.
Like, I called it and it just didn't track to him at all. Which, like, that was annoying.
Well, I'm actually having... Yeah, I'm having some weird trouble, like, targeting him occasionally.
Yeah. Like, I've definitely seen him get, like, agony rifled a little bit. But then he's become, like, untargetable for I don't know what reason. It also doesn't help that he's, like, stuck in this corner now.
He needs to learn to play Street Fighter better. You never want to be stuck in the corner.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't want him in the corner because it makes it harder for us to shoot him.
Yeah, because this is a 3D fighting game, not a 2D fighting game. I mean, it's not a fighting game, but...
You know.
Klingon filth! We're not finished here!
Yes. We are.
This is Sparta!
Also, I don't know if you're seeing it on your screen, but like the barrels of your gun are all janked on mine.
Nope.
So like in that, so for some of the previous scenes, it just looked like you had like super hot barrels, which is pretty cool just on its own. But in that last scene, like you were not holding your weapons at all, so you just had these floating beams in front of your hands.
That's my magic key powers.
Yeah.
You have to level up really high to get them, because they're totally in the game.
Yeah, it's one of the new specialties. They added...
Oh yeah, that was the other thing they announced with Geordi, is they're doing another a new engineering specialty called like Miracle Worker.
Should arrive soon.
I hope it involves
No escape for you.
like reducing your cooldowns by 1/5 or something like that.
Die today. Oh no.
Is on your blade, Torg. It will be avenged.
If your blood is as red as Pikachu, it will barely stain
You know, I gotta figure at this point, we probably have a pretty big reputation.
We should. We really should.
These guys are idiots.
Yeah.
It's like that Dragon Age thing of, wait, people attack you willingly?
Yeah, they don't quite do enough to call call attention to what we're known for.
Torg, I claim the rights of vengeance. Face me in battle, or I'll kill you where you stand.
He also got dressed pretty quickly.
Not as quickly as we did in the prison.
That's true. That's fair.
I'll take pleasure delivering your corpse to the Zincati. What's left of it, anyway?
I think they
Actually, this is much better choreographed than I thought.
Yeah, I was actually just about to say I think they did some custom work specifically for this because, like, okay, this still looks pretty janky, but this looks way
little,
better
but-
than their engine normally handles.
Yeah.
We've seen some Klingons doing melee fighting in just like in an NPC zone, and it does not look this good.
Oh, rad.
Oh wow!
Barehanded blade block. This dude's a wimp. Murdoch took the knife in the shoulder,
I claim
blocked your
command of this
blade,
vessel.
and it threw the
and then threw it into your gut, and then you just fell over dead. You're a loser.
yeah, like what a weakling. Hrumph.
Hostile vessels, you have invaded solar space and attacked without provocation. These are acts of war.
Request denied.
Your face is ugly.
For the domain. You would be wise not to do
Oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing.
Other than the taste of their boots on your lips.
I mean, like, we've dealt with the Dominion. I think we can deal with this.
Yeah, I think that was a thing, like, from... like, Deep Space Nine. It's like they mentioned someone, oh yeah, the Sono will now work for the Dominion.
General Rodek, I do hope you have my husband with you, preferably intact.
I am Worf, son of Mo, Ginta to the House of Martok. The House of Torg must not be allowed to survive this day.
Try not to die.
That's a neat addition.
We have much to discuss.
I mean, it makes sense they bring back Worf now.
Yeah. I will say, though, like, one thing I've kind of noticed is, like, I don't know if it's just him, but he definitely sounds different compared to the other Klingons in the game. Like, he doesn't sound as... Yeah, Worf doesn't sound as gravelly. And I don't know if that's... Like, I don't...
It could just be how...
Because he definitely did sound that way in the shows.
It could just be how his performance has evolved since...
Yeah.
God, when Deep Space Nine in 97?
Yeah.
So literally 20 years ago. Because, yeah, also I've just heard a lot more Michael Dorn voice acting since then. For example, the most recent season of Arrow, he voiced the fake voice the bad guy used. Which, you know, would have been way cool if they pull off the mask. Yeah, it's totally Michael Dorn. But,
You have given me the chance to regain the honor I lost in that cell. I will. It has been a
yeah, this is also the second time that Martok's basically been in prison for a long period of time after being believed dead.
Yeah.
Martox.
Yeah. That poor guy. But then again, like, he's been pretty badass about it, so...
Yeah, he usually comes back and, kicks the crap out of whoever imprisoned him.
Yeah. It's like, people should probably not try and imprison him. It clearly doesn't go well for them.
Are never boring. That's for sure. It's my understanding that Martok isn't going to pursue the Chancellery. Should make a number of people in the Empire sleep a little easier. Klingon civil war is something best avoided.
It's a good chance we'll see more.
Undo all that thing that they did. Brenda, I guess the reason they did it probably doesn't apply anymore.
To the Alliance in that regard. There's a good chance.
Well, I like that there's another 360 beam weapon. It's a disruptor, which actually is kind of useful because I could use one for my disruptor builds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's actually a nice looking one. So, I'll take that.
Oh, is that from this?
Yeah, it's from this. So one of the optional rewards. So one of them is a torpedo. One of them is a 360. Where did it? I also need.
I'll go with torpedo for now.
There, I just went into my overflow. Yeah, you're gonna need.
Yeah,
all,
mine too.
You're gonna need all three if you want the set bonus. Which can I see the set? I can't see it just yet because I need to empty out my bags.
Ditto. I was bad about doing that.
Yeah. Anyway, so
that was a cool mission.
That was a cool mission.
Plus, I like Martok, so I'm always up for
having
Martok and things.
And they're suggesting we'll probably see some more Martok, which, hey, I'm pretty cool with that too.
I'm pretty sure they're not going to spend a crap ton of money on getting crap ton / money. I don't know what the going rates are, but I doubt they're going to get him in there and just have him record lines for one mission.
Yeah, like
which
they haven't done that with any of the returning characters. Like they've,
yeah.
There hasn't been any returning character that's just been like a one-off.
I think all of them have at least. Well, I think Tom Paris only had like 2 or 3 missions tops. But...
yeah. They kind of stopped doing anything with him after like the end of the normal story in Delta Rising. Like I think he showed up once more.
In the pilot.
Yes, yeah, in the mission, the mission that basically, the mission that previewed the pilot escorts. He showed up in that.
But I mean, to be fair, this is also the first time Worf's had lines, and it was only one line, so I don't know if they did more, if they just pieced that together from other things. But
Worf has quite a few. It's just that the majority of it is on the Klingon side.
But I'm just saying this is the first time in a while we've seen Worf. So and also I know based on what what's her name? Tasha Yar, her actor.
Mm-hmm.
At least the impression I got was she recorded a lot of her VO long before they used it.
Which that probably makes sense.
Because like she hinted at knowing what happened to Sayla during the Iconian thing, like way before it actually happened.
I mean,
to be fair, she could also have just been, like playing with people. But
given the like production schedules, I wouldn't be surprised if, and like especially with some of the more like popular named actors that they're getting in, I wouldn't be surprised if they prepared months of their recording, like of the content, so they can get it all done in a couple of recording sessions.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, J.G. Hertzler's running for Congress and or not Congress, House of Representatives in next year. So I'm assuming it's like, okay, we're getting him in for a day. Let's just think of anything we possibly would need because we don't know when his schedule's going to be free again.
Yeah. And even if nothing else, like when Cryptic is preparing a season, like I'm positive that they have at least broadly written what the story for the entire expansion is. Like, they know everything that's going to happen for, like, between the launch of this current expansion and the next one, if not 2 or 3 expansions ahead. And are writing the story to lead along that way, and have been making the plans to get the appropriate actors, which is probably why they've already hinted at the Enterprise E.
I always assume, like, you know, Brent Spiner's doing a lot of, like, you know, probably stage work and stuff like that, but he's not like Patrick Stewart level of, you know, he's in major Hollywood movies and probably costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to get into do voice acting. But
given some of the stuff that Patrick Stewart has been doing, I wonder if Cryptic couldn't just get him for a lark.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart also seems like the kind of guy who will just do something because it's fun.
Yeah. I have a feeling
For example, playing a literal piece of crap.
Yeah. I have a feeling that, like, if anything, they probably haven't gotten Patrick Stewart simply because they just haven't felt like they have gotten something that feels like it would deserve it.
Well, and also at this point, Picard's going to be like 100 years old.
Yeah.
He's probably retired and living in a vineyard in France.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that doesn't necessarily need to be, like, current-day Picard. But yes.
That's true. They did have all the TOS cast.
Yeah, I mean, we also just did it, like, I shouldn't say just, but last year there was that mission where we went back in time to that episode where he was on Ryza.
That's true. Actually, that'd be a really cool future for Picard. Instead of retiring and becoming, like, owning a vineyard, if he went off to actually just become, like, this really awesome, like, 90-year-old adventuring archaeologist dude.
Yeah, that would actually have been kind of neat.
That'd be like a really good ending for Picard, or not ending, but, you know, later life path for Picard to take.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure, at least as far as canon, when canon as far as this game is concerned, because that countdown thing has been at least referenced, I think he became the diplomatic ambassador to Vulcan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's been referenced somewhere.
We'll know more when Geordi shows up, because he's actually straight up in that comic, so...
Yeah, well, we'll soon find out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that'll be it for us for this week. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye, everyone!